Hi everyone! I'm here today with a scrapbook layout tutorial, and this layout sort of has a vintage romantic love theme to it. It would be perfect for Valentine's Day or wedding photos, anything romantic. The paper I'm using is from the Lost and Found Union Square collection, and these are the two base pieces that I'm using. So this measures 11 3/4 of an inch by 11 1/2 inches. And I'm just going to adhere each of these to my black cardstock. And I'm going to line this edge up flush to my black cardstock. Next, I have two strips of paper, and this is American Crafts paper. It's called the Vintage Hearts, and it has this vintage text that kind of coordinates with this paper. And I have 4 border strips. These are red cardstock. They were cut at 1 1/2 inches by 12 inches, and I have punched them with my Martha Stewart eyelet lace punch. And now I'm going to adhere these to my layout, and I'm going to adhere them right in the center. And I'm going to line them up flush. We're going to have a little bit of overhang, but that's okay for right now. Now, what I like to do is I like to take my trimmer and just trim off this excess edge, and it just gives it a really nice clean flush look so that when you put the two pages together, they meet right in the center and everything just looks really clean and even. Now I'm going to add my photo mats. And I have the same paper, but I've used the other side of it. I have a 4" by 6" photo mat. I have a piece of craft cardstock that's cut 1/4 larger on each side. So this is 4¼ by 6¼ and I have this stamp background frame that I cut from the Sentimentals cartridge, and I used my gypsy to alter the size of it to make it proportionate, and it's cut at 5" by 7". So I'm just going to adhere these together. And then I have 3 smaller photo mats. And these are 2" by 3" photo mats, so these would fit a standard size wallet photo. And I always like to place all of my cuts and everything before I glue anything down, just to see how everything's going to line up. So I have this desk. This is cut from the Sentimentals cartridge at 3.8". And I have a chair to go with it, and this is cut at 4.8". And I use these cuts a lot. They're some of my favorite cuts. I love furniture cuts because I like to make scene layouts. So, from the Serenade cartridge, I have a bird cage and a stand. And the stand was cut at 3.2", and the cage was cut at 3.4". I have a little telephone that was cut at 1.5". And then I have a lamp, and it was cut at, it was cut at 2.4". For the side, I have an inkwell, and this was cut at 4.9". And then I have a writing feather or writing quill, and it was cut at 4". For my title, I used the Elegant Cakes font, and I cut my title letters at 1.9". Just gonna lay them out. It says "With Love." And then from the Sentimentals cartridge, I cut these butterflies, and they have the text paper underneath that matches this paper. I have 2 of them cut at 2", and then 1 of them cut at 2.5". And I'm just going to use them as little accent pieces like that. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere my photo mats now that I see where I want them. And then I'm going to use some liquid glue. I already have all of my cuts popped up on foam. And I'm just going to adhere them directly to the layout. do the same with these photo mats. I'm actually going to do the one in the middle first because it makes it a little bit easier to line all the others up. Okay, now I'm going to add my butterflies, and I haven't popped these up on foam. What I always like to do is kind of fold them around the antenna so that when I place them they kind of come off the page a little bit. And it has a little bit more dimension than if I just pop them up flat on a piece of foam. So I'm just going to adhere them right down the center with some liquid glue. And finally, I'm going to use some pearls to accent. So I'm going to add 5 pearls to each of the smaller butterflies. And there you go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.